offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
Manish, you're a get the out of here.
Oh!
It's not always easy being a shark. Sure, they are millionaires, but sometimes the heat gets to them as well, making them go completely berserk and losing their nerves. Today, we will take a look at those moments, where the sharks lost it in the tank.
I'm the founder and CEO of Brightwheel, and I'm here seeking a $400,000 investment for a 4% equity stake in my company. Brightwheel is the mobile app for preschools, daycares, and families, and we are completely revolutionizing early education.
Brightwheel. Dave's app had a great cause. It was an app that could help and include parents to be more involved in their child's learning experiences. The Sharks wanted to hear some numbers from Dave, since without sales, no cause was good enough for the Sharks to get involved.
Based on the pilot, we raised a seed round of $2.2 million at an $8.2 million valuation. Besides money, a global brand, I'm not just here for money, I'm not just here for PR. I'm here for the partnership possibilities of bringing on Sharks onto our team and the value that adds. We want to be the brand of early education.
Dave had real business on his hands and wanted a Shark to help and guide him to higher levels. The Sharks loved the idea and liked the numbers. And when the numbers are good, Kevin's offer is never far away.
Look, I'll make you an offer. I'll give you $400,000, but I want 10%. I just bring too much.
Kevin, I appreciate that offer, I really do. And the fact that you want to be a part of this, more than the number of the equity.
Kevin's offer was very low and some of the Sharks found it even amusing. Chris saw that as an opportunity and decided to step in.
But at the $8.2 million valuation of the last round, we give you the $400K and we're off to the races.
Can I ask, first of all, that is an amazing offer. Do you have any desire to team up with other Sharks?
Dave said he wanted to involve more than one Shark in the offer and asked Chris if he would be okay with that. But no one expected him to give him an answer like this.
Something in Bed Bath & Beyond, I got people lined up over here.
That translates as you guys are losers.
I don't want to get in the middle of anything.
You tell me, what do you think you need from the rest of the line here?
Are you serious?
Mark couldn't believe Chris's words and started losing his nerves right away. He had no issues arguing with Chris in order to get his point across to him.
I have no problem with Chris and the value he brings and the other companies he has, right? When he assigns his name to it, it holds a lot of street cred in his little part of the world. Once you get outside of that little bubble called Silicon Valley, it doesn't mean
Chris saw that Mark was fuming and didn't want to escalate it any further. But Mark wasn't done yet.
Silicon Valley is its own little world.
Yeah, like Uber operates in its own little world, and
No, but
Twitter
wait a
operates in
second.
its own little world, and Instagram operates in its own little world. I've never been outside of San Francisco, I'm sorry.
Dave did a great job as a peacekeeper in this situation and reminded the Sharks that he is here to get a deal and not watch the shark fight. Thankfully, that seemed to work and that probably kept this moment on the third place.
Mark, would you do that deal?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hug it out, guys. Hug it out.
They did hug it out and the deal was struck. At the end, the shark fight had a happy ending. They did lose it, but managed to find it as well. Will that be the case in the next entry?
My name is Tony Fain.
And I'm Josh Kaplan.
Together, we are Sunscreen Mist.
Sharks, we are here today asking for $400,000 in exchange for 15% equity in our company.
Sunscreen Mist. Tony and Josh came up with a pretty straightforward product, a telephone booth that applies sunscreen. But the idea didn't really stick to the Sharks. But that was not the only thing.
Actually wholesale for $12,700 and we retail for $31,500.
31,000? That's 31,000 sprays just to get the money back?
Well, we also have done $325,000 in the last 3 months with these machines.
Tony was sweating like crazy because of all these remarks made by the Sharks. But ignoring their questions will definitely not do them any favors. So after a terrible pitch, Robert had enough.
Retail customers. There's nobody at retail to sell to, right?
Well, we're working on a residential.
No, but see, there you go again, right? Because
We've had requests.
no doubt you have.
Right.
There is no market at all that you have.
Mark was adamant, but the duo was more focused on being protective than getting a deal. So the Sharks were slowly starting to lose their patience.
Yeah, we did.
So you guys,
We
put it on you
proved
guys.
the
See when you were doing it,
Mark,
I
we
gotta roll
proved-
up my pant legs, and it's just like, what you said there is the perfect embodiment of who you guys are. You made somebody pay you.
Barbara was right about this, surprisingly, but Mark didn't care about the time. or anything else because he definitely lost it.
For today,
Which message board are you on?
Well, quite frankly, the internet searches is just been organic by posting PR web, press releases.
I'm out. I am so out.
Thank God
I am
he's out.
so out.
Thank God
I am
he's
so out. It was a simple question.
Okay.
Message board.
They were still desperately trying to justify themselves but still continued making the same mistakes, and unsurprisingly, things ended for them in a spectacular fashion.
He finished
You're
his
so
sentence.
rude. He didn't
I'm
interrupt
out.
you.
I want Mr. Wonderful.
All right.
Go back 3 words. I want to hear your sentence.
I'm out. Who's in?
Who's left?
Nobody.
Bye, guys. Good luck.
Record fast no by Barbara. Mark really let them have it, but these guys got off well. Compared to our final entry,
Sharks, my name is Manish Sethi, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm seeking $500,000 in exchange for 3.14% of my company.
3.1.
It's Pi Day!
Pavlok. Manish seemed pretty confident in his product, but sometimes confidence is in fact delusion, and he is a prime example of that. He was offering a quirky 3.14% of equity, but for what exactly?
New behaviors you'd like to reduce. Then simply press the button, and Pavlok releases a mild electric sensation that helps you reduce cravings. You can laugh, but it's actually something very serious.
I am laughing.
He took himself too seriously. He even told the sharks not to laugh at his product, which basically you press to shock yourself when you are doing something bad, with the aim of changing bad habits. Manish was more than happy to show the sharks how it works after being laughed at.
Oh, there you go.
It's just a little pulse.
Yeah, so I set it low for you because I didn't want everybody to get scared.
Can you
What
set
did
it
you
higher?
press on?
Yeah, I'll do it right now. All right.
Turn it back.
Turn it
now.
down.
Ow, wow. How do you turn it on?
It did work, as some of those brutal dog collars. But Manish's claims about human behavior changes were a bit vague, and it was looking like it just might be a scam that preys on people's addictions.
What percentage of the time does it not work?
It doesn't work if you don't want it to work. So it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of course. So if you use it on sugar, after about 3 or 4 days on like a cookie or tortilla chips,
He was used to getting called a con artist and had no issues with taking all the heat head on without even flinching. The other sharks wanted to talk sales, but Mark couldn't let it go. He has officially lost it. Again.
Doing clinical trials.
sure, I'd love
right?
to. So we've begun.
Why don't you have clinical trials? All right, I'm gonna make it simple. I talk about things, I say things are either heroes or zeros. For me, this is a nowhere near-o. I'm out.
Barbara followed soon after with her exit. Robert also went out because if you didn't notice, he had a $16 million valuation based on pre-orders. All of the sharks were out, except Mr. Wonderful, who seemed to have an offer for Manish.
I'll give you the $500,000 as debt on the company, okay? You're going to give me the 3.14% as equity today, and you're going to walk out of here with a Shark Tank.
For the first time since entering the tank, Manish was speechless. But after a while, he had this to say.
I can't work with you.
Why not?
I'm just worried that if we work
You
together.
don't like him.
I do like him as a person, but I feel like as an investor in the company, it would be really bad.
Manish, you didn't want an offer here today,
I
did you
absolutely
really?
want an offer. I
You just
absolutely
came in.
The structure was quite good for a Mr. Wonderful offer, but Manish was so confident that he thought that he would be in a position to pick and choose sharks. But he was soon brought back to reality by none other than Mr. Wonderful.
I would take an offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
Manish, you're a get the out of here.
Manish was kicked out of the Shark Tank, and we can say that he was one of the main reasons that Kevin is taking anger management classes these days, since he completely lost it here. An abomination of a pitch in the end, but there are some that could contest it for that title. Click here to check it out.